Just got home from running down the road and picking up this round bale of hay because our goats are coming home tomorrow!
Yay, biscuit and gravy are coming!
That's right. We might be just a little bit excited for Biscuit and Gravy to be coming home. We have been doing a little bit of last minute goat prepping today just to make sure everything's ready for them to come on home to the farm. Eleanor, let's go down and show them what all we've been up to, okay?
Yeah.
Headed down the hill to see what we did for the goats today. Eleanor, where are we?
We are at the goat pen.
That's right. This is our temporary goat pen. They're only going to be in here for a couple of weeks while we build out their bigger goat pen, the bigger goat paddock. And let's go in. We're going to show you what all we've been up to today, what all I've done. All right, Eleanor, let's head in here. What is that?
An egg?
An egg?
How did an egg get up there?
Well, either we've got a very talented hen in our midst, or your mommy put that up there when she came to help me out earlier and forgot about it. What do you think happened?
I'm pretty sure a chicken.
You think a hen did that?
Yeah.
That's a talented hen. Okay, so first step this morning was to get these two IBC totes off the truck, off of the trailer and into this space. I wanted to do that before I put the fence up, this last side of the fence, so that I didn't have to try and get these things through the gate, the small gate opening, by myself. So I moved those in first, and then I stretched the fencing across with our makeshift fence stretcher. I did that, and while it was stretched across, I hammered it. I attached the fencing to the posts with our fencing staples and a hammer, and so then it was an actual fence, and that was what we needed. But I realized that I remembered really some comments that we got last week from you guys that were spot on. Y'all pointed out an issue that we knew we were going to need to deal with, but we might not have dealt with it today if it weren't for your comments. So thank y'all so much. I came over here and I took the gate down from the pig pen and covered it in field fencing so that the goats can't get through those slats right there. Right now it's just on there with zip ties, but I think what I'm going to wind up doing is weaving that wire around those slats so that it's more of a permanent thing on those gates, because it's never going to be a bad thing that something can't get through those slats of those gates. So that was what I did after stretching out that fence, and then I got to work on this IBC tote. I don't know if y'all remember, but we made the pigs an IBC tote shelter over there. It's kind of a temporary thing for now, before it really starts raining and storming again. Later on in the season, we will get something. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. They seem to really like this structure. Maybe we won't do something more permanent, but we'll see. So anyways, this goat enclosure that I've made out of an IBC tote, same idea. Jacqueline had that idea for the pig enclosure, and so we're going to do the same thing with the goats. So basically what I did was I cut through here with our angle grinder and just cut that metal tubing away, and then I pushed up this metal tubing flap so that we can pull that plastic out that I cut and make a roof over it so the goats can have their own little covered area. For the pigs, we called it the piggy patio, so I guess this has to be the goat patio, maybe. I don't know. If y'all can think of anything better, the alliteration or the punning there, that would be good. Let me know in the comments and we'll call it that. See, Eleanor's showing us how we can lift that up. And I think that's going to work really well for these 2 baby goats. Maybe when they're bigger, they'll need something more, and we are probably going to build out a bigger shelter because we are going to add to the number of the herd pretty early on. So that plan is pending. We'll just go with that. So that's why we've got that one IBC tote. This IBC tote right here is actually going to be a hay feeder, and you'll just have to wait and see how we do that, because I don't have a picture to show you of the way that we're going to do that. But you guys will just have to see. We'll have that done sometime in the next week or two to put hay in for the 2 little boy goats that are joining us. What are their names again? I just love hearing Eleanor.
Biscuit and gravy.
Say it again, really loud.
Just getting right back.
I just love hearing Eleanor say biscuits and gravy. It just makes me happy. So Eleanor, are you ready to show them what the garden's like? Yeah? All right. So I teased last week a little bit and said that we would do some sort of May garden tour. And so that's what we're going to do next. So let's see if Eleanor can help us out getting started with this tour. Eleanor, you going to lead us into the garden? All right, go for it, baby doll. Oh, thank you. All righty. So I don't know if you can tell, but I am very pleased with the way that the garden is going so far. I have had a really good time actually keeping up with the fight against the weeds. I come out here, I like to do this, and so I like to be out here and walk through almost every day, but you don't have to do that to have a garden that is free of weeds for the most part. You got to have the right tools though, or it's going to be a lot of work. And so for me, I knew that I would not want to bend over a bunch to do a bunch of weeding. And so I wanted to make sure that I got tools that made it where I could, from a standing position, take care of those weeds in between my rows and also in the rows where I don't want to disturb right at the base of the plant as much. And so today I actually got a new tool in the mail and I got to try it out today. Check this out. I got a single tine cultivator from Haas Tools. Yep, Eleanor's picking it up and handing it to me.
And you finally got it with the Haas stamp on it.
Yeah, it's got a Haas sticker on it. So this single tine cultivator from Haas Tools came in today. And I went through and just kind of did a speed run of it to see how long it would take me to go through my rows and get all of the weeds out. And let's see, I've got 11 rows and it took me 20 minutes to go through. So like 2 minutes a row, I was just going through and picking out weeds as I went with that single tine cultivator, not spending much time on it really, just enjoying my walk but not taking too much time on it. And I wanted to show y'all how close in I could get. So check this out. This is how close in I could get with this single tine cultivator without having to bend over. I was able to take out these weeds that were in really close to the base of the plant, and that made me really happy, because normally what I will do is take my stirrup hoe and cut those weeds off at the top, or just kind of move my stirrup hoe across the side of those rows and it'll rake out those weeds. But with this cultivator, the single tine cultivator, I was able to get in a lot closer to the base of the plants and not worry about cutting them off with that sharp hoe. All right, anyways, I've talked way too much about the gardening because I want to show you guys what all we've got. Eleanor, what's over there? What are you so excited about over here? Oh yes! Eleanor has some of her sunflowers coming up.
And that's what I'm most excited about.
Yes!
Is this tomato?
Yes, that is a tomato. You want to go through? Let's go through and tell them what everything is and let them know how everything's doing. Does that sound good? Let's do that.
Tell them all the names.
Do you know all the names?
Yeah, I know them.
Okay, let's see here. Let's start down here.
Tell me if I don't remember.
Okay.
Start right here.
Okay, what's that over there?
Sunflower.
Sunflower, yes. Tomato, yes. So let me be a little bit more specific with them about this, okay? So this row right here is our slicer size of tomatoes, and so we've got the celebrity tomato up first over here that is doing really well. And then down here we've got our Cherokee purple tomatoes, and I'm really excited about those. I think those make some really good sandwiches, and they're doing really well. And like Eleanor said, this row is also tomatoes. This is smaller cherry grape size, and then down here we've got Romas. So here's the Roma tomatoes, and then here's a variety that I am very excited about. This is our Mountain Vineyard tomato. Look right here, let's see. This one's already got tomatoes coming out on it. Eleanor, look at that.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, let me come back around. I can't really.
Okay, come around so you can see. Look down there and see.
Well, that actually looks like.
Yeah, look, you've got.
It looks like a size me grape. I would like one right now.
Yeah. Well, they will be on very soon. So those are our Mountain Vineyard tomatoes. Very excited about that variety from Haas. What's that?
Already past lunchtime and I haven't even ate lunch.
Yes, you have. We're about to eat dinner. Yeah. And then down here we've got our Early Girl variety, and they seem to be doing pretty well too. All right, Eleanor, what's on this row? Should we come back to this row? Because this is the one that they had to guess this week. This is the row where back there we had plant A, and then down here we had plant B. Let's come back to that. Let's leave them hanging a little bit, yeah?
Yeah, because we can't really remember.
Oh, I can remember.
I know what this is.
Okay, what's this?
It's probably a plant that only grows leaves. Don't grow fruit or vegetables. It's just a leaf. It's like basil.
Well, look right over here.
Basil.
Right there is some basil.
Basil.
Yes, the basil is looking really good.
But I don't know what this is.
The other plants on this row, so there are 2 basil plants that are doing really well that I'm excited about, but also we have a bunch of peppers on this row.
What?
Yeah.
Bell peppers?
Yes.
And banana peppers?
Yep.
Yay!
There are sweet banana peppers right here. And then down there we've got a few different varieties of bell peppers. Eleanor, what kind of peppers do you like most?
I like the banana peppers. But look at Lady.
Oh yeah, Lady's over there at the gate.
She's like, no.
And then down here we've got our long slim cayenne pepper. And that's the only pepper we have growing so far in here. There's one little pepper right there. It's the only one that's put out fruit so far. Nope. Do you know what that might be?
It might be something that I like to eat.
That is potatoes.
I don't really like potatoes.
You don't like potatoes?
I only eat French fries. If I'll eat potatoes with ketchup.
Okay. Well,
I do like
I
potatoes.
planted this whole row of potatoes this week. And I enjoyed planting them. It's a little late to plant tomatoes in our area, but I figured we had the seed potatoes around, so we might as well put them in the ground and see what happens. So I planted those potatoes.
I know the next row.
You do? Okay, what's this next row? Turn around and tell us.
This is yellow squash.
Yes!
It's some zucchini, probably.
Very good, Eleanor. She is so right. This is our yellow squash row and zucchini down on the end. We have some straight neck yellow squash and some crooked neck yellow squash. What are you doing over here?
I'm doing the flower.
You're doing the floss. What, are you happy or something?
Yeah.
What makes you happy?
I'm happy for something I'm going to show you.
Okay, show us.
All these have yellow squash.
Oh my goodness, you're right. Those
And
female
what is
flowers
that?
must be getting...
And what is that?
Oh, Eleanor, I am so glad you spotted that.
Why?
Any of my seasoned gardeners know what that is?
No.
That is eggs from a squash bug.
Oh no.
So we will come through and get rid of all of those right now. Well, as soon as we're done with this tour.
Yeah.
We want these to get off of our squash plants. So if you are growing yellow squash or any cucurbit, make sure that you are checking your leaves and getting rid of those nasty eggs. Make sure you squash them really good so that those things do not hatch, because the larvae that come out of those eggs are what cut they bore into the vines of your cucurbits. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. They bore into the vine and they will kill the plant super quick. That's how you got to make sure and take care of it early.
There will be a big army of eggs, and then they will go crunch it all up, and then you'll find it in your garden.
That's very true. All right, so we're going to come back and take care of those in a minute.
Yeah.
But next, let's see, do you know what that next row is, Eleanor?
Oh yes, that's easy.
Okay, what's that next row?
This is baby watermelon.
Yes, she's right. These are sugar baby watermelons. Very good, Eleanor. These are sugar baby watermelons down this row.
Let me show you what's at the end.
Okay, tell us what's at the end. Do you know what that is?
These at the end.
Well, these are cucumbers.
Squash.
Yeah, they're related to squash. These are cucumbers.
Okay, I'm going to show you.
They are the
once you're done.
national pickling cucumber. And then that next row of watermelon over there is our crimson sweet watermelon. What?
I'm supposed to say.
Okay, you say it.
Okay. We have, this is our crimson sweet watermelon.
Okay, that's our crimson sweet watermelon.
And we're going to jump all the way here.
And I'm actually really excited about the way these watermelon are doing. I went back and clipped these down to one runner of each watermelon, one vine, so to speak, so that they focus in on one vine. And I'm not looking for a ton of production from each plant. I just want to make sure that the fruit that these plants do make are healthy. And so I wanted to make sure that I went down to one runner, two at the very most on these. So I did that. All right, Eleanor, what else we got in here?
We have purple lettuce.
Yes, that's salad bowl mix lettuce from Haas.
Salad bowl lettuce.
And then we've got some butterhead right here that's starting to bolt a little bit. So that kind of tells me that our other varieties of lettuce are probably getting close to being done. And we may see them starting to bolt soon too. But that's okay. We've got a green stalk full of lettuce, and we've got all of this lettuce to go. Yes, darling. Uh-oh. Yeah, we've got one over there that's kind of iffy that we'll need to take out tomorrow.
Look what I did.
Eleanor, what's this row right here?
I put that right here to scare birds out of your garden.
All right, so Eleanor put us a pinwheel in here beside those late Brussels sprouts to try and keep stuff away from it. I think that was a good idea.
And this is onions.
Yes, this is onions. I planted this row of onions this week. These are the Tom multiplying onions from Haas. I think it may be too late on the year to get these, at least for the summer or spring round. Look back around October or so, and I bet they'll be doing those again. This is a project that Mr. Greg over at Haas, the Haas himself, has been working on, and I was blessed enough to get a couple of those bunches from them and put them into the ground here this past week, and I'm excited to see how they do this year. We will pull them up in October and separate them out. They will make a clump of onions down there, and we'll separate them out and replant them in October as well. And then we will do the very same thing in spring, and we'll just keep going. And so we'll have most of it we'll harvest to eat, and then there will be a couple of clumps that we separate out to plant out another row for the following season. So Eleanor, what do we have last but not least right here? Do you remember what those are by your pinwheel?
That's accounting.
Huh?
I remember. I stopped at 28.
Oh, okay. She's counting our onions, which is a very important job, so I'm going to move away from her and let her count. Back here, this last row, which is a row that kind of gets some shade during the day, so I decided that I would put in some late Brussels sprouts there and see if we can sneak in some Brussels sprouts before it gets too hot. I'm not holding my breath on that, but I had the seeds and the seed starts and the space, so I figured might as well. But in the next couple of weeks, I will be putting in a bunch of okra starts that I started this week, and I'll show those to you sometime soon. You're done counting? How many did you count? 40.
I counted those in, and I counted those, and it's 44.
Okay, so we have 44 Tom multiplying onions in the ground, and so we will have 44 clumps of them to separate out in October. All right, Eleanor, let's come back over here to our mystery row.
Oh, yeah.
So here is our mystery row. On Thursday, I showed you these two plants in particular and said this one was plant A and this one was plant B. We had a lot of great guesses in the comments, and so now I'm going to tell you what they are. So plant A, and everything down there is our contender bush bean. That is a green bean that is a bushing variety, and they are doing very well. And then this one,
I know the next.
You do? What is this one then?
It's green beans.
No,
It's
but
beans.
it's close. I had a lot of people guessing peas on this one, and they were the closest. These are edamame, and so we are so excited about growing our own edamame here. Hopefully that'll work out well for us. So far, so good. No, that one was pretty peculiar, we'll say.
Did anybody guess this?
Yes, people did guess green bean, and so I think that counts. I think that counts. So that's our contender bush bean, and so that counts.
My head guessed green.
Your head guessed green?
Yeah.
Well, your head was right, young lady. What are you most excited about to eat out of the garden?
I'm excited about our tomatoes. I have more stuff I want to talk about, and I'm going to tell you the rest. I'm really excited about the tomatoes because my daddy makes the best tomato sandwiches.
All right, farm friends, thank y'all so much for hanging out with us, going through the garden and running through those last-minute goat preparations. I really am excited, I know y'all are too, to see those baby goats. Should we show them a clip of us meeting those baby goats when we send them off?
Yes.
Okay, well, we're going to show you all a clip of when we got to meet our baby goats last time. But until we get to see y'all again on Thursday, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Y'all have a great week.
Oh my goodness, I can feel its teeth. It's using all my fingers. Look, it's got a choke. Ew. Ow. Ow. This is cool. I've never...
I'm shivering just a little bit.
Good girl. Yeah, she is.
Shivering just a tiny bit.
She's my piggy. I'm thinking she's probably pregnant. She's my good girl.
I didn't know what my heart was in for till you stepped into the room, and I